lessons, and it really just paints this really sweet portrait of a family in an otherwise tumultuous time in Northern Ireland's history. Coda. I really love when incredibly charming films like this one get recognized by the Academy. Also, while Sound of Metal was a solid stepping point for the deaf community's representation in film, Coda really drives home the point that these stories need to be told and need to get made, and it's easily one of my favorites from the year. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Don't Look Up. Another one where I really just love when comedies get recognized by the Academy, and of course when the movie's headlined by Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, you know it was going to be good. And while the comedic bits are awesome, I really do love those introspective, dramatic beats like the final dinner scene. Just wonderful. Drive My Car. This is one that I'm grinning ear to ear because of this nomination. The Japanese film industry has always been and remains to be such a powerhouse of cinema. And out of all the movies I've seen this year, it's definitely the most atmospheric. And its 3-hour runtime, although long, it's just every shot in it, you could just tell it's nothing short of perfect. I'm very excited that I'm alive at the same time as Denis Villeneuve, just because he is such an ambitious filmmaker, and every one of his films is just a masterpiece. He just churns out hit after hit. And Dune, he just effectively brings this amazing story right off the page, and it translates perfectly onto the screen. When I first heard that they were doing a Venus Williams and Serena Williams biopic, I thought it was going to be the normal route. But when I watched King Richard, I was so pleasantly surprised it was from the perspective of their father, and it was such a brilliant choice that 100% works. It's just like a really great biopic with a particularly interesting glance into a brief time before we knew who they were. Now, Paul Thomas Anderson is, he's always great, and Licorice Pizza is nothing short of great, and I really love the fact that not only is it a coming-of-age movie, but that he cast 2 new actors as the leads, and their acting doesn't read as inexperienced at all, but instead reads as raw and genuine, and it just works for the movie. Now, this next one, I'm a big fan of the original. Nightmare Alley from 1947 with Tyrone Power is great. So when I heard that they were remaking it, I was a little nervous, but of course Guillermo del Toro is just a genius, and he adds his own creativity to the film, and I guess his expertise on horror really helped this thriller just go over the top and be so good. Jane Campion, I love all of her work, but I really feel like this is her magnum opus. She combines the aesthetic beauty of a John Ford Western in Power of the Dog with this deeply intimate look into like the interesting power dynamics of a family, from the pond scene to the rope scene. It's all just so good. And then lastly, but definitely not least, West Side Story. It's such a great movie. Steven Spielberg is obviously one of the best directors to ever live, and he takes on such a familiar story but adds so much of his own flair to it, and it just works in the best way possible. He makes the story his own. And it's easily one of my favorites from this past year.
This has been so much fun. They should put us in a sitcom remake.
Oh, I agree. I can see it now. The Really Odd Couple. Oh, my God. Leslie, can you imagine the wardrobe budget? We would look amazing.
How about we make a buddy cop movie? He's the small-time sheriff from Tennessee who came to the big city.
And she's the tough-talking cop from the wild streets of Beverly Hills. Oh, my gosh. I can smell it. I smell Oscar 2023. Until then, everybody, thank you for joining us, and congratulations to all of the nominees. Make sure to watch this year's Academy Awards on Sunday, March 27th on ABC, and what a treat to spend this early morning with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Leslie?
Yes?
I can't wait for us to reunite.
Oh, soon.
Everyone's going. Reshuffle.